a scale from 1 to frat boy, how bro do I look? 7 lies you've been told about college. Lie number 1. College is substantially more difficult than high school. Not true. I've known a lot of people that have been deterred away from going to college because teachers and other adults have told them that college is substantially harder than high school. And for some people, high school is difficult. So they're like, well, if I can barely do high school, that's not the case. For me, when I went to college, it was so much easier, like both socially and academically, because you get to tell yourself what to do. You know, if you need something done, you have to do it. It's only up to you. You're not obligated to be somewhere. You're not obligated to be anywhere, really. You're the one who's putting yourself there. Plus, paying for it. Plus, 3/4 of the material that you're going to be learning is actually going to be interesting to you. When you go to high school, you're just there learning shit you don't care about. But when you go to college, you're going to college for something you want to learn about, hopefully. So you're going to be more interested, and just being more interested is what's going to keep you motivated in those classes and to keep you, intrigued, and you're going to be able to do well. It is all up to you, and it really doesn't have to be harder than high school. It can be much easier than high school. So don't let that be the reason that you're not going to go because you're afraid it's going to be harder, because it might not. Lie number 2. You have to go to a university right out of high school. Also not true. I know people that have decided not to go to college altogether, which sometimes that's totally fine. That works for you. But I've also known people that will go to community college first to get like their associates, and then they'll go on to the university, which honestly makes a little more sense because it's cheaper. Or you can do like dual credit classes in high school. Going to community college first will help you save money. And I would be wary though, because sometimes I think people go to community college and nothing's changed about their environment other than the fact that they don't have to go. So they stop going, or they don't work as hard because it feels the same, So sometimes going to university, being on campus and things like that keep you motivated in your classes. Line number 3, college is a must. This is kind of true, kind of untrue. I think that because in a corporate world, a degree is probably very vital. That's where you're probably going to need a degree. But when you're doing something abstract, like being an artist or something, it's really your skill. You can go to college for something for 12 years, but if you're not good at doing that thing, it doesn't matter. A degree for things like that is really just a way for you to get noticed by certain people, but sometimes your skill is good enough for that. You just need to work on honing your craft. Line number 4. College isn't the real world. I hate when people say that. I hated when people said that in high school, and they're like, well, when you get into the real world, it's like, no, this is my real world. Right now, I'm going to high school. Then I will go to college, or then I will do this. It's an imaginary. Like, right now, this is the circumstance of how I'm existing. Yes, you get to sometimes slack off. You get to do things that you would normally be able to do when you're like working 8 to 5 in some sort of business or corporate job. But the things that you do in college will affect you later in life, or can affect you later in life. So like, if you're in college, if you take like an internship or something like that, that's something that's going to affect you. That's a real world thing. The things you do in college are tangible. That's all I'm saying. Line number 5. The professors don't give a shit. Honestly, some do, some don't. They're just people. Line number 6. You have to know exactly what you want. No, you don't. You don't have to know exactly what you want. I'm an animation major, and I don't want to be an animator. Like, when you go to college, it's for the experience. It's so that you can learn more about yourself. Sometimes that's when you really start to open up, and that's when you really start to go into who you are, what you want to do. Like, you can explore that there. And I wouldn't recommend being an undeclared major for like a long period of time, but you have a while before you have to really know what you want to do. It would help to know like around what area you want to get into, and that way you can explore that at the college. You're like, okay, I like this, I don't like this. If you don't know like what you want to do at all, if you have absolutely no idea what you want to do not spend money on anything and everything to try to discover what it is. Just go and figure it out. Like, don't pressure yourself too much, because people usually make really bad decisions when they pressure themselves too much. If you start out wanting to be a business major but jump to being an art major, you can do that, or vice versa. Like, you can do that. I think that's awesome. People can do that. Like, they're like, okay, well, this is what I want to do now. So you just go do that thing. That's the flexibility of it. Line number 7, advisors. This is important, I feel, because no one told me that advisors aren't completely trustworthy. or counselors. Sometimes they're called counselors. But you know, when you go into college, you're a freshman, and you go and you sit down with your advisor. They basically give you advice on like how to go about starting your college career. Some do a very good job at this. Most most advisors that I've experienced are not good at that at all, and they're just kind of trying to get through you so they can get to the next person and the next person and so on and so on. And your freshman year is crucial, so it's a really scary thing when they kind of screw you up like in the beginning. I think you should try your best to have an idea of what you want to do, what classes you want to take before you even talk to your advisor. I think that you should have someone who's in your major who is above you to give you advice on like what classes you might want to take or might not want to take, with who, how many credits, all of that. And when you're a freshman, you're probably going to have to go to your advisor, and I'm not saying don't trust them at all. It's just my advisor wasn't the best. I just wish I knew more about how things were before I went in there. That's it. So that's 7. Okay. I hope this was, at least a little bit informative. I hope it helped you out a little bit. Just for anybody who's going to college or might be starting out college or whatever. If you liked it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share it. Comment down below what tips about college or lies about college you've been told. I'd love to hear them because I'm sure there's a lot. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Give me a reason to use all those things. I have a Snapchat. Snap me at, of course, at kuraikun. I will talk to you guys soon. But yeah, okay. This is kuraikun. Bye.